go here?
Yesterday I did Gucci, and today Fendi, so
it's hot.
Hey, it's Nikki Jensen.
And Brie Piccone.
And we're
Late to the Party.
A weekly podcast about film, fashion, and pop culture from two best friends, mentally the Swan Queen.
Yeah, in case you couldn't tell by our makeup.
Yes.
I guess listeners
wouldn't hear it, but or wouldn't see it. I don't know. It doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Just close your eyes and
and
picture Black Swan and you got it.
Yeah.
Or Julia Fox and you got it.
Yeah, they're pretty much the same.
Yes. Well,
imagine Julia Fox in like a follow-up version of the Black Swan.
Well, I would say that Julia Fox is real life Lily.
Yeah.
She has that Lily energy.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, so today we are discussing Black Swan. And we're going to talk about the film, the fashion, Rodarte.
Yes.
And everything in between. Everything everywhere all at once.
I'm so excited.
Yes. Yeah.
I love this film.
I do too.
Like, I think I've seen it 3 times. How about you? Like,
I saw it when it came out.
Mm-hmm.
This was the 2011 Academy Award season. Was very big for me because I remember being in high school and obsessed with Tumblr, obsessed with Black Swan GIFs and photos.
Yes.
It was really big on Tumblr.
Yes.
And this is the year where I was all in on the Oscars. All in on Black Swan, but all in on the Oscars. And I saw every single Best Picture nominee that year.
Are you serious?
And it started out a streak until like 2015 when I broke it, where I would strive to see every film. Well, I still kind of did that even now. Yeah. But that started the year 2010.
Weren't there a lot of nominees that year too?
That was the start. Because of the 2009 Oscars where The Dark Knight was left off the ballot, this started their new kind of categories. So it'd be 10 Best Picture nominees instead of like the 5.
Yeah. That's so wild. I feel like I only saw like a couple movies that year. Inception, of course. And what was the other one? I wanted to see The King's Speech. I still haven't seen it though, but I've heard it's good.
I was big about it in 2011. I haven't watched, or 2010. I haven't watched it since, but I was big about it. I know people don't like it and people don't think it was like Best Picture worthy and it should have been The Social Network, which I don't disagree.
Mm-hmm.
But I remember liking it.
What would be like your top from that year? Do you have like any top movies from that one?
Speaking from me now or from me then? Because I feel like we're totally different people.
Oh. Huh.
I mean, not totally different, but you know.
I guess maybe then, just like, where was your mind?
Then I was big on Black Swan. And I still am, so I don't think that's changed. Then I would have been like, yeah, The King's Speech deserves it. And now...
Not so much?
No. Honestly, Toy Story 3.
Toy Story 3?
It was nominated.
It was emotional, though.
I love Toy Story. 1, 2, and 3. I feel like it would have just been... Like, that would have been a cool... Like, 10 years of the best animated feature.
Mm-hmm.
Toy Story. If any movie deserved it, it'd be a Toy Story.
Yeah.
Except 4. But,
Yeah, 4 was like, I'm with you.
Fuck Forky,
That ain't a real toy. Anyway. Oh, man.
But yeah, did you... I remember you loving Inception.
I loved Inception. I think because I just am really into those kinds of movies, like The Matrix, like just like weird, like surreal stuff and like dreams. I don't know. I have some crazy dreams myself, like dreams within a dream. Like all that stuff really blows my mind. And
dream interpretations.
Yeah. Just, I don't know. I think it was just like the theme of it. But then also I feel like CGI at the time was like really good. And it was like, they're using it to their advantage and just like they made the worlds look like they're really collapsing. And so I don't know. It just looked so cool. And
we're in a post-Avatar world, baby.
Yeah. I still feel like Black Swan didn't get enough like nominations.
Yeah, at the time I thought it got way more, and then it turned, like, looking back, it only got 5. So
yeah, and well, it was it the director?
Best director for Aronofsky. Yep. Best picture?
I think it was Best Picture.
Let me look. Not costumes, that's for sure.
I feel like it definitely should have been. I feel like costumes should have been included. I feel like makeup should have been included. Special effects. Like, I don't know. At least, like, nominated.
Yeah. Okay, so Black Swan was nominated for film editing, directing, cinematography, best picture, and actress in a leading role, which I agree. The only one I would say is off is costume design, and that should have won, but I get why it was left off the ballot.
Yeah, like the controversy.
Yeah, or like I feel like there's a couple controversies surrounding this film. I feel like that one's like the most non-controversial controversy in a way.
Yeah,
it's like the real reason I think is because Rodarte wasn't in like the guild or whatever.
Yeah,
like
I think people definitely made it a bigger deal than it should have been. I'm like, yes, the costumes were great, but like, I mean, they were also collabing, right, with like Amy Westcott and like the director. It was not all like on Rodarte, right?
No, and I think,
and they're not, like you said, they're not a member of the guild. Like
that was like one of the reasons why they were just ineligible.
It's like a technicality.
Yeah, which fair.
I guess they could have nominated both of them if they were in the guild, but
they couldn't. Like they could do a comma by their name, like it's because they're not in whatever the union or the guild or whatever it is.
Yeah.
So I mean, the Academy is nominating and picking the winner. So if you're not a part of the bigger
picture,
like bigger picture, for lack of a better word, yeah. Well, speaking of like the 2011 Oscars, what were your favorites or from that year?
Salt
Salt
was up there. Do you remember Salt?
I loved Salt back in the day.
I loved Salt.
I love when she stabs the dude after her husband is killed, spoiler, and she like takes the wine glass and throws it down and stabs the dude.
That was the coolest part. Yeah. I loved her whole aesthetic. I love the story. I really want to rewatch it because now I don't remember it like as much. I just remember being blown away and being like, Angelina Jolie, I love her. Sorry.
Dude, no, I went with I went to like Netflix and chill with a dude back in the like a couple years ago. And I remember being like, oh my god, I love Salt. I loved this movie. And I remember watching it and he like ragged on it in the first 5 minutes and turned it off. Red flag.
Yeah.
But also, that was my last time watching Salt. I didn't even get to finish it. I didn't get to see my favorite scene.
Rewatch.
So it like tainted it.
That's a shame.
Yeah.
He was more of a pepper man.
I knew you wanted to say something. You were just like...
It was a bad joke. I'm sorry.
Oh, I love it. That's great. Oh. Wow.
More I have to pop. I feel like Nina.
Oh my gosh, Nick, you sound like... Yeah.
Could you pick that up on the mics?
No, y'all were talking.
Damn.
Like you're just popping her feet over here.
Yeah. The excellent sound design in Black Swan, and you can't hear my pops.
Okay, I really strongly believe that sound design, like that should have been nominated because of the way they mix the sounds of like first off, the score. It's great, and I know it relies. Is it Tchaikovsky or who is it? Yeah. Okay.
So it could have been again ineligible.
Yeah.
For the Oscar.
It could. But what about like the mixing or like the technical aspects of like, like when the birds are fluttering, like mixing
that,
those
for sure.
The subtleties of the sound, like creating a whole like I don't know if soundscape is the word, but I feel like it creates an atmosphere with the sound. Like everything about this movie, there's like an atmosphere created.
Agreed. Like when she pops, like everything, that's like an element of the horror bits where it's very unique that just hearing like popping
Uh-huh.
can be just so like chilling and so spooky.
Yeah, just the way they edited it. I don't know, just the sound just sounds, yeah, something about it is just, it's
It
so
like gets
good.
you.
I think I don't know if Inception wanted it. Maybe I should.
I believe Inception 1, which is very deserved. The like, how do you do the Inception noise?
Yeah, I know what you're talking about. Yeah,
Just like that.
just like that. Oh, yeah.
I mean, the Inception sound design is iconic.
It is. Yeah. I don't know. I guess just like rewatching this movie, I'm like, I still read really hard. I'm like, I feel like it should win so many, like all the awards.
Yeah, like now that I'm thinking about it in retrospect, I probably would have, if it was me now, I'd be so angry that The King's Speech won Best Picture because Black Swan, it's one of those movies where it definitely got me into more art house films, just in general. But also, this is one of those rare Oscar films, like Best Pictures, where it was a commercial success and it's an art house film.
Yes, you don't see that a lot. I remember at the time too, like for both of us, I think we were getting really into avant-garde like things like that.
Performance
art, like
this was
Lady
like
Gaga as well.
Yes, it was the Gaga of it all, and like the Marina Abramovich. Like that was her like renaissance in the 2010s.
Yeah, I feel like I was going through a discovery at the time and just really getting deep into that world of like art, like high art, and just like seeing this movie in theaters. I remember just being like, whoa, like just being like blown away, but also kind of relating to Nina in some ways. You know what I mean? Because it's like you're also kind of young and you're, you know what I mean? Like that perspective, I guess, and just wanting to be a ballerina.
100%. Well, like that's like such a little girl fantasy, like princesses, ballerinas.
Yeah, it's real.
Yeah. But like you were saying with relating to Nina.
Yeah.
Dude, I think this movie, it was definitely seminal in my discovery of art house films and wanting to like dig deeper and go to school for this and, you know,
yeah,
et cetera, et cetera. But I also think it messed me up completely because I already related to Nina so much. Like I was very shy. I was very perfectionist. I was already doing theater at that point, and I was like, I want to be an actor. And I feel like this film, I learned the wrong lessons.
Yeah.
I like looked at that and I was like, oh, you know, Nina, yeah, she has mental illness and like psychosis, but she looks really good.
Yeah.
She's really skinny, which in retrospect, she's like way too skinny.
Right. She like sacrifices herself for this role as well. Like,
and I romanticized the hell out of that. Like I was like, that's really cool. I'm going to romanticize everything about my life, but also just throw myself into acting and theater. And now coming on the other side, like, of everything, I feel like I took a lot of Nina traits, or maybe I just already had that like as a young female. So I feel like it messed me up.
Oh my God.
Now I look at the movie and I'm like, oh, we'll get into it.
Yeah.
But I like Lily a lot more than I did back then.
Same. Yeah. I remember thinking like, oh my gosh, she's such a bitch. I remember like siding with Nina so much, and then rewatching this, honestly, I find Nina kind of annoying because of her level of sheepishness. But I think at the time, I probably also had that same level of just like I'm so shy. Like, don't, you know what I mean? Like, oh, I don't want to step on anyone's toes. I don't know. You know what I mean? Like, but it's like to a point of like where it's so annoying almost now, because it's like, girl, like, I don't know. I mean,
I didn't realize she was 28. The character of Nina is a 28-year-old woman who's acting
really?
like this. Yeah.
Oh, I thought she was supposed to be like 20 or something.
No, she says it in the film.
Oh, she
the
does.
Mom does. She's like 28.
Oh, shoot.
Which is
that's
even
more
why you think
messed
it's
up.
annoying in retrospect, because this girl, and you're probably seeing Natalie Portman, who obviously looks 28
Yeah.
ish.
You know, give her
Maybe 30. Who's to say? How old is Natalie Portman?
I don't know. I thought she looked great though.
She did.
Like, yeah.
Yeah. That
This
was
is
not
another
a
thing.
dig to
Yeah,
her. I thought she
no.
looked great. I mean, very skinny though.
Yeah, maybe a little. Yeah, it's a little scary when you see her bones in her back. I'm like, oh,
Or like every single rib.
yeah.
But it adds to the horror for sure.
She's 41 years old, born in 1981.
So in 2011, she would be about to be
About
30.
Okay.
Yeah, Mila Kunis is 39.
At the time
No, right
or now? Oh,
At
okay.
the time.
I was like, wait, what?
Mila Kunis really had that like long like age juice.
Yeah.
Or ageless juice.
I think she does though. She also looks great.
She does. I mean, they both look excellent now, and they looked great then. It's just, I think, to give the full like ballerina effect for the realism and for the creepy factor, them losing so much weight
Yeah,
is very jarring,
it is.
especially in Natalie Portman, because she looks like she hasn't slept in days. I mean, Nina probably hasn't.
Yeah, she probably hasn't because like her under eye bag, like in the mirror. I think it's also like the overhead lighting, maybe in the movie, but maybe it's to also emphasize that she's tired.
It's like malnourishment.
Yeah,
Hasn't slept because her mom's been staring at her.
that was spooky. Like, I don't know. And then I'm like, is she sleeping? And like, does she just always stare at her as she sleeps? Like, because that's pretty freaky.
Or does she make that up because she has that paranoia?
Yeah, she could also be. That's the thing. This movie, I love this movie, and I love how you never really know what's real and what's not. And it's like, I don't know. Like, I feel like watching it now, I found myself looking into it a lot more. Like, because, you know, there's scenes. I feel like if you've seen this movie once or twice, you will remember it. Like,
Yeah.
it's one of those movies. You don't technically need to see it a bunch of times or anything. You know what I mean? You could just see it once. I think everyone should see it once. But it makes an impression. Like, it haunts you. You know what I mean? And you're like trying to figure it out because it is confusing.
Yes. Well, I feel like it's like two brains too. Like, I get the whole wanting to analyze it
Mm-hmm.
and like, what does it mean? What does it mean? But I love that it's deliberately ambiguous.
Mm-hmm.
So like, I love just watching this film every once in a while because it's one of my faves, and like watching it or rewatching it and letting like the ambiguity wash over me and just kind of take it for what it is.
Yeah.
Because I think it's like an interesting character study anyways. I think it's such a like a it's just, I think it's more like the psychological part of the thriller, and I love all the
Yes.
horror aspects of Black Swan.
Same. I love it. I love a good psychological thriller. Like,
Yes.
I don't know. I'd take that over just like a gory horror movie.
That's all.
Yeah. I like it when it messes with your mind.
I like that too. I
Makes
feel
you
like
think.
it's creepy.
Yeah.
But you know what creeps me out the most?
What?
Like, forget body horror. Another type of body horror, like in this film, she'll pick her skin.
No, I know what you're going to say.
And like, I, pick
Yeah.
my skin, but it's not gross when
Not
you
like
do it
that.
on yourself and not like that.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's crazy.
Like-
And like, if someone steps on a nail in a film, that creeps me out more than anything. Like, someone could murder 10,000 people and it'd be fine, and then someone steps on a nail and it'd ruin me.
Oh my gosh.
What about a fingernail getting pulled off?
No!
Ah. Ugh.
That's unsettling.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, no, I can't deal with stuff like that. I can't.
Yeah. There's
should
a lot
not.
of fingernail moments in this movie too, where she's got like bloody fingernails, and it looks like one of them was coming off or something. I didn't like that.
I didn't like that. Looking at her toes, like in the point after the point shoes, and when she like hurts herself. Blech.
Bleh.
Oh, hey Ben,
Yeah.
your mom wants to know who she thought would be a good James Bond.
I have no clue. Dude from Knives Out. Wait, no, he was James Bond.
Wait.
I think I should.
You mean
Edward Norton?
No, not him.
No, I think Edward Norton.
Edward Norton, yeah.
You know, the guy from Knives Out, Chris Evans.
No.
I know who you're talking about,
Oh,
Daniel
okay.
Craig.
Yeah.
Dude.
I'm like the Foghorn Leghorn guy.
Ana de Armas. Get political. Sorry.
She was already in it.
She was on
She'd
Bond.
make a good James Bond.
Idris Elba. Is she an Elba head?
No.
Shoot Jessica Alba? That's what he should call his fans.
Elba heads?
No, Jessica Albas.
Elbas.
Like Jessica Alba?
Yeah.
Thank you, Ben, for...
No.
Can you just be around all the time to, like, try to explain my jokes?
Yeah.
It's Inside Out. This whole time my sock's been inside out.
I thought that was a style choice.
Really?
Maybe.
I'm sorry.
Balletcore.
That was very Balletcore. Can we segue?
Yeah. Nice segue, Nick.
You look so disgusted, Ben.
I'm trying to make sure your foot's off camera so that you don't end up on Nikki feet.
Why? What would be my rating? We've talked about this on the podcast.
Oh my god, yeah, put your feet on camera. That's right, Nick.
Yeah, you don't want my feet on camera. You can blur it out.
You can blur it, yeah.
That's up to Brie, though.
I'll pixelate it.
You pixelate my foot. Sorry. I'm so sorry.
Or else someone's gonna zoom in.
Texting your mom. Showing my feet.
No.
It's too sexual.
It really derailed things.
We're talking about moms. Black Swan. That's...
Yeah. It's kind of relevant.
Kind of relevant. So yeah, ballet.
So Balletcore. So what is going on? Like, why are people wanting to be ballerinas all of a sudden? I mean, I get it. Like, I'm not against it. I'm like here for this trend. I just want to say because, well, both you and I, we both have danced. Mm-hmm. Like, we've both done ballet.
Mm-hmm.
And we revisited it in college.
We did.
We lived this trend essentially but it was kind of purposeful.
Well, that's my whole thing. The ballet core of it all. The Nina Sayersification of style. I really like ballet core because it's very nostalgic. Mm-hmm. Because I danced, so of course, like I'm gonna fancy a leotard, and a little shrug, and like some leg warmers.
Nick,
yeah.
I feel like you already trust Balletcore. Now that I'm thinking about it, you have like 5 different black leotards, don't
They're
you?
my favorite. I love,
and like those
body
sweaters
suits,
and bodysuits.
Yeah.
You know, everything's a leotard to me.
Sweaters. I don't know. I think there's like an effortless chicness to ballerina's style or people that practice ballet.
Mm-hmm.
I will say my only gripe with Balletcore is that you don't have that reverence for the art form that is ballet.
Posers. Is it kind of like skater culture where like people wearing like maybe Vans or like something? I don't know. I don't really know much about skater culture because I'm not a skater. So, but, would they be like posers? Is it like that kind of, I
would say skate culture is so much more broad. Like Balletcore is one of those micro trends that started on TikTok.
Mm-hmm. So
I feel like a micro trend, it's really hard to pinpoint. I do have a theory that people really being into Balletcore stems from, it's like an offshoot of the trend, like the indie sleaze trend.
I think that too. I was thinking, because also this movie, you were talking about like being like a Tumblr girl and stuff, and it's like being
Tumblr mainstay.
Yeah, like Black Swan, like there are so many GIFs, but also Balletcore was a thing at the time as well. I remember, but it was like maybe more subtle or just more personal. Like it wasn't like everyone was doing it.
Yeah, well, I feel like too, leg warmers, like remember the leg warmer trend?
It did have, leg warmers did have a moment for sure.
And like tight, like heavy, like eye makeup, like even the Malevi sisters, I probably both of them, but when you look back at their like 2008 to 2010, like whenever they're interviewed, they're wearing that like really heavy smoky eye, probably that MAC black carbon or whatever that color was.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like people, I think, just probably stemmed from the recession, wanting to be cozy, going back to like basics, because ballet style is very basic, functional, because ballerinas have to, get off the subway, go into a rehearsal space, and layers up. You got to layer. But then also the gaga of it all. So like the very performance.
Yes.
showmanship of it. So like both of those things equal balletcore, and I feel like in 2010 it was really popular for those reasons, and I feel like now probably for those reasons as well.
Yeah, that makes sense. Do you think you'll participate like actively in balletcore?
I feel like I could if I want. At any moment I am ready to just dress like Nina Sayers.
Yes,
mixed with Lily, because I do love the color black. What about you? Are you gonna just go full balletcore?
I really want to. I feel kind of guilty not going to like a ballet class though. You know what I mean? Like it's so much, I feel like it's so much cooler when you have somewhere to be or something to do. Cause like I remember like, it was probably in 2010, 2011 maybe, having these like things. Well, my hair is kind of short now, but like it was longer and I had these, they were like bun covers. I think we both had them. And I just remember like walking around just like a little ballerina.
Oh my god, do you remember the 2010s top knot?
Yes.
Ugh.
Oh my god. Yeah. Is that part of I haven't seen anyone bring that back.
No one's brought that back, thank god. I think we're gonna really see like, we're either gonna feel really old because like 2013 style is gonna be back.
It'd be like mustaches and things, right? Wasn't that around that time?
Yes.
Like the hipsterification of it all.
I feel nauseous thinking about the hipster / like whatever the lime crime blue lipstick mixed with top knot style that was.
Became ruined. Like
yeah. Dark times.
Yeah.
We'll know the end times when we get the Lauren Conrad bun again.
Yeah, the Lauren, and then the glasses with the mustache that like drop down from them. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah. When we talk about vinyl again, we know it's over.
Oh boy.
But
so it's not over yet.
Not over yet. So when you think of balletcore,
yeah,
what do you think of?
I think of like tights, leg warmers, ballet flats.
Ballet flats were huge and they're making a comeback.
I need a good pair of ballet flats. I used to have a really good pair. I think they were Sam Edelman.
Sam Edelman makes the best ballet flats. I had a pair, speaking of Black Swan style mixed with balletcore, I had a pair of Sam Edelman black flats, but the toe, instead of just like a normal toe cap, it had spikes.
I remember that. I always thought those were cool.
I really loved them. I don't know. I should have kept them.
Yeah, that's kind of edgy. I like it.
I know. Yeah.
Balletcore with an edge.
I was all about this.
That's really fun. Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like I want to like get some more bodysuits or leotards. I don't know. Just straight up like.
You should.
Yeah. Why not?
And I know you love the colors. You can get them in funky colors.
Yeah. True.
Mix like balletcore with another micro trend.
Yeah.
With your mustache necklaces.
No, not the
just
mustaches.
Mix the hipster and the balletcore.
Oh. Yeah.
Just look like 2013.
Just like threw up on me.
Yes.
That could be a vibe.
Yeah. No, I always think of, when I think of balletcore, now it's a lot of like Lily Rose Depp style.
Oh yeah,
mixed with like Elle Fanning and like a Miu Miu situation.
That makes sense. Yeah. I feel like Elle Fanning too is like perfect for this trend. Like I feel like she embodies balletcore. Does she do ballet?
I don't know. Well, what does Elle Fanning not do?
That's true. That's what I'm saying. Like I wouldn't be surprised.
I feel like, well, she was in that movie, that Neon Demon, which was like a rip-off Black Swan.
Oh,
ish. I think like just in style, but some models or something.
Oh, okay.
So she got to live out her Nina Sayers dream, so.
Nice. Good for her. I like her.
Anything else balletcore related? Well, because like I know that you're obsessed with vintage underwear. And that's kind of balletcore to me.
I am. Yeah. No, I just thought it was cool. Like recently I had like discovered like some history on like the leotard. Just because like I follow these accounts that have like, you know, vintage. They talk about like vintage clothing, vintage undergarments. And I just thought it was really interesting that like in 1958, Lycra was invented. I don't know what they did exactly before then for ballet. Like if it was like a full kind of bodysuit, like about to juggle, like gymnast. Yeah, something routines. Like that. Yeah, but they came up with this material. It's like DuPont of all brands. But anyway, they came up with like lycra or spandex, you know, whatever you want to call it. And it started out as like a gymnast kind of costume thing, and then it worked its way to like aerobics and dancing and like, I don't know, and then ballet dancers adopted it, and it's like such a core element. Like the leotard is like synonymous with ballet.
Because the leotard looks good on everyone.
It does.
And lycra also is breathable and looks good on everyone.
Yes,
it's like
it's stretchy, it's comfy. Yeah, before I think they had like whatever material was not like, it didn't really
like
stretch.
old-timey clothes, which are like, if you touch them, they're like so stiff and like leathery.
Yeah, it's not a vibe.
Yeah.
I can't imagine. But that's crazy because I thought it would be something like a longer, like I thought that garment would be a lot older.
Yeah.
Leotard's not that old, I guess.
Really?
Yeah.
A leotard is like, so like 58.
Yeah.
So like I Love Lucy was on the air, and the spandex was being invented.
Yeah, basically. I think it's like vintage bathing suits too. When I think they were more like cloth or something, like with some type of lining, but not like, they were more fitted. They weren't like stretchy like now. I mean, not, you know, just if we're talking about form-fitting things. I don't know. It made me think of
that was a good
suits.
invention.
Yeah, it was a very good invention.
I like to breathe. I like to move around.
Yeah.
Just like to wiggle.
Yeah, I think it's been like, I guess the best thing since sliced bread. I don't know.
I think so. I think truly, I could go for some bread. Sorry.
Like real bread or like bread?
Both.
Yeah.
I need both.
True.
I just turned into a swan. I'm like, I'm craving bread. I am the Swan Queen.
Throw bread on me.
Throw bread on me.
Why do I remember that? Like, what was that even from? Why did that
I think
exist?
it was a "Don't Tread on Me" flag.
Oh.
But it was a duck instead of a snake, and it said "Throw bread on me," and I sent it to Nikki. She may have showed it to you.
I love that.
Throw bread on me. That's what all the geese say all the time.
Amen.
Oh, I gotta pop.
Make sure I get that timestamp.
The popping. You know, speaking of popping, I think it's crazy that like in the movie, Nina, like she has an appointment with a physical therapist.
Yes.
But that's really Natalie Portman having an appointment with a physical therapist in real life, I guess, because on the set.
It was so, not like, I don't want to say shoestring budget.
Yeah.
But they didn't have a high budget. So a lot of like the training Natalie Portman did was, you know.
Was also filmed?
Well, no, she elected to fund that herself.
Oh.
But then they didn't have enough money to film, you know. Darren Aronofsky basically was like, can I come with you to a session, like a PT session, and you stay in character as Nina?
That's pretty cool, though. I like that. I like that element of realism. I guess that also explains maybe the 16mm camera, because that's kind of cheaper. But I like the way it looks.
Yeah. The look of this film inspired a lot of film major girlies like myself. For better or for worse, but I really like the look of this film. Yeah.
I don't know. The whole aesthetic is like, and I think the nerd in me, the film kind of nerd, I guess, because I'm into like, I don't know. I'm into that stuff. Like,
yeah.
Real film. I don't know. Because now everything's like digital. Just about. So anytime I'm like, ooh, this was on film, I get excited.
It just looks better. I love the grain of film.
Yes. And this one's like so grainy, but like it's so good. Like if it didn't have that grain, I think you wouldn't feel like, I don't know. It's like literally gritty. And I like that.
No, I just dig it so much. And it's interesting. The cinematography is so good.
Yeah.
And I love okay, this is why Black Swan was made for Tumblr, though. There's so many shots of feet. there's so many, like, your head's not in the photo. It's very, like, art house, MacBook, Tumblr photos, you know?
Yes.
Which I think was why the youth rides for this film. But Matthew Labatique, or Labatesque, or whatever his name is. What's his name?
Yeah, I think you're right the first time.
Okay. Well, anyways, he did the cinematography for Black Swan and does a lot of Darren Aronofsky films. I can't get these words out enough because he did the cinematography for Josie and the Pussycats.
Yes, I love that. Oh my God. When you told me that, I was like shook. I was like, whoa.
I haven't
What
been
are the
that
odds?
jazzed about anything in a long time. That's really sad. But
that sounds so cool. Can you imagine being him? Like being the cinematographer for those movies? Like,
I get it. The Range, for one.
yeah.
For twos, Josie and the Pussycats, I think we said it when we did that episode.
Mm-hmm.
The cinematography is very interesting. The saturation, like they're actually trying to go for something.
They're going, like, it is a beautiful, like, it is a visually pleasing film. And like, there's like blue tone, like, there's something. Like, it's not just like, you could have made that movie just like I would say like, you know, like say the Cheetah Girls, for instance, or what's another one that's like the Spice World,
or even like a How to Lose a Guy in 10 Days, just like a standard.
Yeah, there's nothing crazy going on. They're just you're like, oh, it's a movie. But this was like Josie and the Pussycats has like some serious cinematography going.
It has style. It has flair. That's how it became Josie and the Pussycats, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
One of the best movies of all time.
Second that. What else? So, yeah, so Black Swan.
Yes.
Came out in winter 2010. It's directed by Darren Aronofsky, who did Requiem for a Dream.
Yeah.
The Wrestler.
Yeah.
He just did The Whale.
Yes. Just now.
Yeah, like just now when we're recording. He was like, let's put Brendan Fraser in a fat suit and make some Oscars happen. He did Mother, your favorite?
Yes, my favorite. That movie, okay, I really enjoyed that movie up until the end. Like, the ending was horrible.
But it's an allegory.
Yeah, but it was, like, disturbing. It was, like, yeah, it was just really hard to watch. I mean, I low-key, I kind of want to watch it again just to see if I'm still feel the same way. If I'm, like, but I do remember enjoying it. The performances were really good and being like, oh, this is a weird movie, but I like it. I like weird. I love weird movies.
I love the divisiveness of Mother, though, because people love it or hate it. And I think that's like a sign of like real art.
But what if you do both? I feel like I loved it and then I hated it, but I mostly loved it.
It's good.
Yeah.
I think like strong emotions.
Strong emotions is good.
Being indifferent to something, like that's when you know it's the pits.
Yeah. That makes sense.
But yeah. I don't think about Darren Aronofsky a lot, except that if he didn't have that mustache, he'd be kind of good looking. I think about that a lot. I think about him wearing scarves a lot. And that's all I think about how he dated Jennifer Lawrence, and Jennifer Lawrence broke up with him because he didn't like the reviews of Mother and wouldn't stop obsessing about it. So relatable, King.
That's hilarious.
Yeah.
I didn't know that. That's great.
So that's what I think. Not his like extensive filmography or anything of note. Just mustache, scarf man.
Yeah.
Jennifer Lawrence.
I mean, I see what you're saying. Oh my god, but he wears these terrible hats, Nikki.
And a scarf. That's not a good look.
He's like, it's too High School Musical.
He does look like Ryan Evans from High School Musical.
Yeah.
But a director.
If he became a director.
Yeah.
And changed his name to something cooler.
Darren Aronofsky.
Yeah. His origin story. It's High School Musical.
That'd be really cool if he was like, I had enough, Sharpay. I have this idea. It's kind of like what Perfect Blue, that anime, but it's going to be set in the ballet world, okay?
Yeah.
And then he like dyes his hair black as he's talking to Sharpay. Puts on a scarf. Hints on a mustache.
Mm-hmm.
And he's like, I'm Darren Aronofsky now. And
He never
throws
goes
back his
back.
scarf.
Yeah.
Puts on a newsboy.
Oh my god. Yeah.
Jaunts out the door.
I wonder what he was wearing before. Well, fedoras, I guess.
Yeah. He said no. He was like, we're in Newsies now.
Yeah.
This is how we're going to bag J-Law. With this newsboy cap.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That's the lynch.
Yes. Never let her see you without it. That scarf too, that like makes him.
It's like glued to him. Yeah.
Yeah.
She comes in the bathroom while he's showering. He's like, "What?"
Puts the hat in the scarf.
Pays on the mustache.
It's
Like it's not
running
real.
down his face.
He's like, oh no. Oh.
This would make a great movie.
I love this idea. It's also really patronizing to this poor man.
Yeah.
But I love this idea that he's just so like, his self-esteem is just put together by his scarf and hat choices.
Mm-hmm. Maybe we can get him in on it, you know?
Maybe. He seems so serious and self-serious.
Yeah.
But
how can you be so serious with a hat and scarf like that?
it's true.
You
That's
know?
why Scorsese had to ditch the glasses. No, he's relatable, so I don't know if we can...
Scorsese ditched his glasses.
Yeah. It was sad. It's a sad day for me.
But can he see?
Yeah, contacts I get. Oh, what if he got
But he's
LASIK?
old. Isn't that hard to do? Contacts? Like, what if you lose them?
Martin Scorsese can do anything.
I want to see. I mean, you know what? Honestly, as long as I can see his eyebrows, I don't care. Like, if he shaved his eyebrows, I'd be kind of sad. Like, or if he bleached his eyebrows.
I love him. This isn't a Martin Scorsese podcast, but
Yeah,
if it was,
I know. I could go on.
oh my god, I love him. I'd be like, what's the name? The girl, the Ariana DeBose girl.
Oh, yeah.
That's like, Martin Scorsese did the thing.
Oh,
Yeah.
he did.
He did the thing.
He did, truly.
No words have been truer. So Black Swan.
Yeah. Do, 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 do. Wait, is that Darth Vader music?
Yeah.
It kind of sound, you know what? The music,
Sorry.
in this movie kind of does remind me of like when Darth Vader comes out of like the spaceship or wherever I don't know. I don't watch a lot of Star Wars, but like that kind of tone.
Millennium
of, like,
Falcon, is that correct? No.
No, I don't think Darth Vader has ever been in the Millennium Falcon.
Is that the good guys ship?
Yeah, it's Han Solo's.
Oh.
Harrison Ford.
Yeah.
Hot.
What about Chewbacca?
No. I don't.
Too hairy.
Too hairy.
Okay.
But a stormtrooper?
Oh.
They're hot.
Like, don't take the mask off.
Yeah, basically like the Darren Aronofsky effect. Like,
What?
and underneath he's like Channing Tatum or someone hot, but I'm like, no, nothing does it for me except
Except the mask.
the mask.
Yeah.
Anyways,
Anyway.
but I do like the duality
Yeah.
of Black Swan.
I enjoy that as well.
Like every single scene, you're progressively from like pretty much the beginning to the end, you're seeing her descend into madness,
Into madness.
but you're also like you're seeing someone's mental health unravel.
Yeah.
And she wasn't stable to begin with, but you were also seeing gradually the ideas of doubles and like the mirroring and everything just progresses
Yes.
until you, at the very end, like up until the final dance, you don't know what's in her head, what's not, who's actually there, who's real, who's fake, everything.
I love that though. It really takes you on a journey, and it's sneaky. It's very sneaky. Like, I feel like I noticed so much more watching this like for the third time because it's like there's so many quick moments that are very subtle, and so like if you blink, you might miss it. like when like some of the backup dancers, like I know that their faces kind of turn to her face at some points, but it happens more often than I had remembered, you know, because it's such like a quick moment. I didn't catch like at the very beginning. I caught it this time, but like before I never noticed that when she's on the subway, she sees herself and she's like, oh, who is that? Because that's also a quick moment, because if you miss it, all you see is like the back of this girl's head and she's just kind of looking over there, but it's so, you know, it's
like just enough. I think this movie is a good gateway movie if you want to get into like these more like tour de force, you know, or higher concept movies, because that shot in particular, it lingers on just enough where it's like directing you to look like there's obviously something there, but it happens so fast that you're like, you can still think about it. It's a little more digestible or like palatable, I think, which is cool.
Yeah.
Like this never goes too far into like auteur dumb where they're like just trying to mess with your head for funsies, it seems, you know, or like we're too good for like story devices, you know?
Yeah.
So this like lingers just enough, if that makes any sense.
I agree. I feel like every like I really like the pace of this movie as well, because I feel like everything has a purpose. Like every scene feels like it belongs in there. Like I'm not like, this movie was like shorter than I remembered as well.
It's a perfect time, like 109 minutes.
Yeah.
Sweet spot.
It's great. But everything is like, I don't know. I just feel like it's the perfect movie.
I think so. I was perfect.
Yeah.
That's Natalie Portman about this film.
Yeah.
No, I think it's like a good combo of like a heady movie and something palatable, like I've said a million times. But
yeah. It's definitely palatable.
I love the themes too. Like I mean, obviously he's not like reinventing the wheel, but the way he introduces these characters, like to your point before about like the doubles and seeing like reflections and not knowing who it is.
Yeah.
I love in like most scenes, if like from far distance, you're thinking that Nina's seeing Lily, Mila Kunis's character, but then upon like further glance or when the girl comes closer, it's always Natalie Portman's face. It's always Nina.
Yeah.
So like in the like they're walking.
Yes.
In the like, was it a hallway or like an alleyway?
Yeah, it's like an alleyway.
You think it's Lily.
Yeah.
And then when she turns around and they're coming closer and she does like the double take, it's Natalie Portman.
Yeah.
And there's like a couple times where you're always seeing her reflection. And there's one scene which is very Joker-esque when she's in front of her mirrors and she's like talking about her day to herself or to her mom. But it looks like the way the shot is, it's like she's talking to herself in her many doubles. So it already sets up this idea like this isn't a trusted narrator. So you're never going to truly know if this is in her head or not.
I love that. Like, I don't know. I kind of have a theory too.
What's your Lily theory?
So I feel like, I don't want to say like she's not real. I think she is real. But I wonder if there's more scenes that she's actually imagined, like almost like an imaginary friend, because Nina doesn't really have any friends.
No.
You know?
Well, her friends are her in the mirror.
Yeah. And her mom, maybe.
And her mom.
But you know,
those bunnies, those creepy bunnies in her room.
Yeah, those creepy bunnies that are like, So I'm thinking like there's a couple of scenes that really got me thinking. Like from the start. So we see her like when she's at that party, right? And like they're like announcing who's gonna be the Swan Queen or something of the production show. She's up there with like the instructor, blah blah blah. And Lily laughs at her from downstairs, which is kind of, I don't know if that was on purpose. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. It's just kind of odd to me that, you know, in that scene she laughs. A few minutes later, Nina's in the bathroom. Someone's knocking at the door and it's Lily. And she's like, oh my God, hey. She's like, I don't think we've met. And it's like, she's super nice. And she's like actually making conversation. But like at the same time, I'm like, is this real? Because it almost seems like an imagine, like it's like almost too good to be true. Like she seems almost too nice. Like I don't know if that's like, it just got me thinking. I'm like, could she just be imagining this? Like she wants this to happen, like that she wants a friend, and this could be a potential friend in her mind. Like
potentially. I mean, Lily is definitely the darker side of her, I guess, if you wanted to be very like on the surface about it.
Yeah.
But I think it's everything Nina is not.
Yes.
Like Nina, from her, you know, the director, you know, to everyone, is basically like, you're too frigid, you're too stiff, you're a perfectionist, like to a fault. But she gets rewarded for it for sure because she's talented, but also her mom rewards her for it. But anyways, I think Lily is such like a free spirit.
Yes.
And this girl that has a life outside of the ballet, which Nina doesn't have these like weights on her like that. Like she like doesn't care about being perfect. She has a life where she parties and hooks up with guys, you know?
Yeah.
So I think it's showing Nina this thing she really like desires, but that's so removed from who she is, because she's like a wounded deer,
essentially. Yeah.
So, yeah.
I don't know. This is just a thought though too. This is it's just like, what if, you know, like
I think she projects so much onto Lily. It's not, I don't think Lily is all imaginary.
Yeah.
But I don't think, like you were saying, all of the scenes are real.
Yeah. I feel like there might be more scenes that are like not, I don't know, like there's a part of me that's wondering, like, did they even go to the club? Or did they like obviously the lesbian scene or whatever is like imagined, but
gotcha.
Even before that, I'm wondering like how much of that is true. Like, did she even take her out for drinks? Like, I don't know. Like the guy he only brings one meal, and maybe Nina doesn't eat or something. But what if she is Lily? Like, what if Lily's just that other side of her, and so she's using her to
it's like I'm going out, and gives her permission.
Yeah, I'm wondering if, you know, I don't know, that's just my theory though. I don't know how true that is, but
I think so. That would make sense as to why, like, she has a really big confrontation with her mom before the going out scene.
Yes.
And that would make sense when she comes back and the mom is like, where have you been? It kind of makes it seem like she's done this before.
Yeah. And also when she leaves initially to go out that night and her mom's like, where are you going? Like, she's like, I'm going out. And that's it. She never acknowledges Lily. She does answer the door, but she's like, no one's there. And I would think that if it was someone that she knew, she'd be like, oh, Nina, who is this? Like, her mom seems nosy as hell. So why wouldn't she be like, who is this? You're not talking to my daughter. Like, she doesn't interject.
No, all she says is you're tired, which...
Yeah. If you took Lily out of that whole scene, it would still make sense and just be a conversation between her and her mom, which I don't know. I'm suspicious that scene's even real. And like, I don't know.
Do you think she goes out and meets Sebastian Stan, or does she make this up?
Maybe she does. She might. And she might even have been on drugs, but maybe the whole Lily aspect was in her mind. But then they do have a conversation.
Yeah, she does go out with Lily.
So it has to have happened. I'm just like, it's so weird. Like, I feel like I can't make sense of it. You know what I mean? Like, which maybe is like how Nina lives her life, is like, what's real, what's not. Like, I don't know. I feel like this movie has so many layers.
So many mental illnesses that Nina has.
Yeah.
So many.
It's a lot to digest, but I enjoy it. Like, I don't know.
A lot to digest. Speaking of one of her many mental illnesses.
Speaking of, yeah.
Isn't it so sad? I feel like it's so sad, and I don't even eat breakfast. Her half a grapefruit, half a poached egg.
Oh, yeah.
And she's like, it's so pretty. Very weird. That's creepy to me.
Yeah.
Liking grapefruits is kind of creepy.
Liking grapefruits? Really?
Just straight up.
Oh, yeah.
Hands down the worst fruit. Grapefruit.
But
it's acidic.
It's good with some sugar.
Yeah. I like grapefruit, but like the ballet diet
Yeah.
of a half a grapefruit, like some egg, if that, and
that's
black
it, right?
coffee. They usually have black coffee, which
That's too much
acidity.
My stomach would be like bubbling. Like that'd be too much.
I don't even know if I can handle a half a grapefruit. Those are big. Grapefruits are big.
They are. Yeah.
Hella tart too. I'd be like, let's take that half.
Yeah. I mean, I like grapefruit, but every day, I don't know.
Maybe an orange.
Maybe an orange. Yeah. They're more palatable. They're a little sweeter.
Grapefruit's sweeter cousin. The white swan.
The white swan is the orange.
To the grapefruit's black swan.
Yeah. Oh.
So we kind of talked about if it's real or not.
Yeah.
All her hallucinations. One, thoughts on Winona Ryder. Two, did Winona get killed by Nina?
Okay. So I'll answer the first question, I guess. Thoughts? I love Winona Ryder. I'm so glad she's in this movie, even just for a second, because I feel like it probably helped her career a bit, because she was...
At that point, we hadn't seen her since the shoplifting scandal and maybe some bit parts.
So unfortunate.
Mm-hmm.
But
check out our episode. Why?
I know.
Forever.
Free Winona.
Yeah.
But she really plays the role of Beth very well. I love that she's like, you know, very salty about everything. Yeah, I don't know. Did she kill? Well, I don't know. Did Nina kill her, or did she kill herself, or did she just hurt her? Like, we don't even know. That's the thing with this movie. I feel like, do we even know if anyone died for real? Because
yeah, or her, she died.
Yeah, I think she did, but I don't know. Like, I feel like I like that ending better than. I mean, I don't want her to die, but I think it says more. That
It's empowering if Nina just killed both Lily and Beth.
Oh, yeah. I don't know. I know that, like, I used to think that she did, but now I'm like, I don't know. Watching it again, I'm like, maybe that was a hallucination, but I really don't know.
I think she didn't kill them. I think she killed herself, and she was looking at them as kind of like a vessel, or not a vessel, but like versions of herself.
Yeah,
that she wished she had the freedom to embody.
Yeah,
because she has like such a arrested development.
Mm-hmm.
You know.
So you don't think she killed Beth, but
No.
you think so? Like when she has the blood on her hands, do you think is that just like in her head though at that point, or do you think she hurt herself?
I think she hurt herself,
but we just don't see that, like,
because it's an unreliable narrator.
Yeah, that would make sense. Yeah, because Beth might have been fine, and
yeah,
because that whole scene where she's like stabbing herself in the face, like that's not very realistic. You can't. I don't think you could really.
But the face, it could be because she wants her. It could be like a vanity thing.
Yeah,
and it's not real. Like I don't think
it's real. Because doesn't her face also look like? Doesn't Nina also see herself like flash for like 2 seconds, or like? I feel like we got another one of those in that moment, and that was creepy.
Which I love the casting choices.
Yeah,
because Natalie Portman. I think the Natalie Portman doppelganger everyone always says is Keira Knightley.
Yeah,
so I'm glad they didn't go full Keira Knightley. I think that's too on the nose, but I love how it's a Mila Kunis and a Winona Ryder who are definitely like typecasted the same way and have enough similarities, but look different enough to represent, you know, the Black Swan or the fated ingenue, which is Nina's big fear and her mom's big fear.
True.
Is to just get older, because that's what you have to deal with when you're a performer.
Yeah. That's wild.
Yeah.
I remember thinking that at the time too, watching the movie, being like, there's only so many chances. Me and my ballerina dreams, thinking I still had some time. Oh.
Well, it's funny now knowing that Nina's 28. I understand her mom's intensity a little more.
Yeah, like
just like TikTok, bitch. Like you're 28, you're pushing 30. You gotta be the Swan Queen.
You just
now.
Yeah, it makes sense, kind of.
Yeah.
I feel like her mom makes sense sometimes. Not often, but
I know in this performance, it's a little. This watch of the performance, I was a little more sympathetic.
Yeah.
But she's still creepy as hell. I'm wondering if, not to get too serious or trigger warning-y, if the mom sexually abuses Nina.
I was wondering that too, actually, this time around. I didn't pick up on this, but like when I watched it like 10 years ago. But I'm like, there's something really strange going on.
Like all the body checks and the control, it seems like a different kind of control.
Yeah. I don't know. I feel like there could be something insidious going on. I forgot there was something else that made me think that as well, but I feel like maybe, yeah.
I mean, definitely not a good relationship. Like the scene when she gets the role in Swan Lake and her mom has the sheet cake for her.
Yeah.
Like a Costco style sheet cake, even though it's like only the two of them. But they're ready to, was it binge? And Nina is like only a half of that and like freaked out. And the mom's like, I'm just going to throw it all away. I'm like, that's classic. Like,
yeah,
that's more on the nose emotional abuse. But other things the mom says make me believe it's like real perf city.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I think this is more like what she said. Like something like, I can't think of what she said, but it definitely like creeped me out. I'm like, ew, why would you say that? Like,
that is really creepy. But she doesn't even let her. The mom cuts her nails and like does everything
like
for
no
her.
Boundaries. Also, something super creepy. Why does she have so many paintings of Nina in that one room? Like I get, that's her daughter, so you might paint a few, but like the whole wall covered, like no other paintings, no painting, nothing else. Like that's psycho behavior.
I mean, like, I'm so surprised Nina wasn't like, and she's like, I'm the Swan Queen. I'm surprised she wasn't like a full Mean Girls. Like, why are you so obsessed with me? Like, that was the same energy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've heard some people like compare this movie to Carrie as well, which I totally see with the dynamic between her and her mom. Like, it's very, like, she's so overbearing.
Yes. Which is horror.
Yeah.
Like, I love that this movie is like a horror in the way that the mom's really creepy. Not because she does anything like supernatural. She's just abusive, and abuse is creepy. Or picking your skin off your nails until you bleed is kind of creepy. Or like body mutilation's kind of creepy.
Yeah.
Like Darren Aronofsky, I think, is like onto something about the little horror elements and the little creep elements where you don't have to go full.
You don't have to go full. That's what I love. I also love like her transformation into the swan, like the physical transformation. Like obviously it's all hallucination, but it's still, I always thought it was really dope. Like it's like one of my favorite parts, like when her legs are breaking kind of into like swan legs, like it's like, ugh.
She's like sprouting the wings.
Yeah.
But it looks like scars or like,
it's like chicken skin too.
Yeah.
It's like bumpy, and then she pulls out, it's just the tiniest feather, but it's just enough to like creep you out, give you like that ick feeling. Like
it's like her body is like a down coat.
Yeah.
You know how you get like the loose one? It starts out like that.
That, like when I saw that for the first time, I remember being like disgusted and being like horrified and being like, ah. But I remember like also loving it. And now looking back, I'm like, oh, I know it's just a movie. But I remember like the first time I saw it, I remember like it, like feeling like something was under my skin for a while and being like paranoid.
Yeah.
Like
that thought is really creepy.
Yeah.
But similarly to Carrie, I love how it's, well, that's more supernatural for sure. But just that idea of being like a very vulnerable, like fragile little girl.
Being repressed.
Yeah.
Too.
All that stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah. But So Natalie Portman
Yeah,
won the Oscar for Best Actress for Black Swan.
as she should.
Okay. What are your thoughts?
I think she deserved it. She did such a good job. I almost, like, I know this is Natalie Portman, obviously, because it looks like her, but it's like, I don't know, she just completely loses herself in the role. Just like the instructor says, lose yourself. But yeah, I don't know, I was blown away. I feel like she just is so good.
I agree. I love the little baby voice.
Yes.
I love her transatlantic accent.
She sounds like Lana Del Rey to me. Like the way she talks, she's just like, I don't know. Like,
Do you think Lana Del Rey was inspired? Was she doing Balletcore and like Black Swan Core then?
yes, she had to be influenced. Like, just, because she does like those narrative stories before the songs and a lot of her music videos, or in the middle of her song, she'll just like start speaking. Like, it's that same, it's like a baby voice.
It's that baby voice.
But it's also like, I don't know if airy is the word, but it's got like a
breathiness.
like breathiness. Yeah. Exactly.
Like she's thinking, but she has to breathe.
Yeah.
But yeah. No, I really enjoy Natalie Portman's performance.
Mm-hmm.
But also out of that bunch, I know like Annette Bening for The Kids Are Alright. She was nominated.
Mm-hmm.
Forgot the other nominees.
I know. I'm like, who else?
But obviously this was Natalie Portman's year to win.
Yeah.
And yeah. And I remember the Rodarte dress she wore. She was like pregnant and just like glowing and looking like a goddess.
Yeah.
And just very like she has very like traditional movie star, like old Hollywood qualities to her that are really charming.
Kind of like Audrey Hepburn.
Yes. And like I've been a fan of Natalie Portman, so I'm in the Closer hive. I love Closer. I love her as Alice.
I was gonna say, like, what are your favorite Natalie Portman movies? Like
Closer.
Yeah.
Black Swan. Those are her like two. What about you?
Definitely Black Swan. I also love Closer. I would say Jackie, though. I really enjoyed her.
She's really great in Jackie.
She's really good. I can't think of anything. I know I liked her in V for Vendetta.
It's a good one.
Yeah.
She never... I want to say she never misses, then I get flashbacks to the times where she's missed, but collectively she never misses.
Yeah, in my mind, there's no misses.
Yeah, we forget about the misses easier because she is so talented.
Yeah.
And she's funny. She graduated from Harvard.
She's proven herself.
Yeah, she can have Queen Amidala.
Yeah.
So there's that.
Exactly. I know. I want to see another. I want Natalie Portman to come out with another like art house movie or something. I think the last thing I saw her in was like that Thor movie, which, I mean, she's good, but it's not like the movie is not good. So it's like,
yeah, it was so weird. I loved Thor. Thor comes out the year after or like the year that Black Swan wins the Oscar. Thor comes out.
Mm.
So it's very interesting to see her in a Black Swan. And then, so like that winter, spring, No Strings Attached comes out while she's campaigning for the Oscar and winning the Oscar, which I like her in No Strings Attached.
I don't think I've seen that one, but I've seen the previews.
Have you seen Friends with Benefits, which is Mila Kunis?
That confused me. No, because I'm like, why isn't Mila Kunis in this? Why, like this is essentially...
It's the same movie.
Yeah.
But Ashton Kutcher is Natalie Portman's love interest, who ended up marrying Mila Kunis.
Right. Yeah. Mm-hmm. I remember being confused because I was like, wait, is Mila Kunis in this? And I don't know. I think all that 70s show, like those two. I don't know. Just
it's all the crossover.
They were in another romantic comedy together, though. Mila Kunis and Ashton Kutcher. I'm pretty sure.
They were?
I thought. Maybe. Or Black Swan brainwashed me into thinking that they were
No Strings Attached.
Yeah, because they're like the same person. Yeah. I don't know.
Yeah.
That's
her
probably
double.
Her double.
You can say that now just for every role.
She's interchangeable.
Yeah. But yeah, so that came out, No Strings Attached, and then a couple months later, Thor. So it's very interesting. Like, Natalie Portman has the range.
She does. I feel like she's good in rom-coms too. Like, I don't know.
I enjoy her in everything. But this performance in particular is her, like shining moment. She had to do the physical transformation, which I don't know if you want to talk about the controversy, like the big Black Swan controversy that, like, Sarah Lang, who was essentially her ballet double, or just did the ballet in Black Swan.
Yeah.
You know, she came out in an interview and was basically like, Natalie Portman's camp told me to not speak on this anymore until after the Oscars, but I did all the dancing for Black Swan. It kind of seemed like a petty party, to be honest, because my opinion, like, my thoughts are, Natalie Portman did a physical transformation in different ways.
Yeah.
Like, there's interviews where she's talking about, like, her metatarsals, or, you know, her, like, bones and her muscles, and just working out her body to look like a dancer.
Yeah, didn't she, was it 6 months or 6
Yeah, she trained for...
It was like a good chunk of
time. For, like,
time.
a year, pretty much, give or take. But, I mean, of course, in a year, you're not going to become a ballerina.
No. She's an actor.
She's an actor. Yes. So that has nothing to do with if she does, like, perfect pirouettes or whatever Sarah Lang, I don't believe she's lying. Whatever she did as far as the dance, I don't believe that's the performance. The performance is everything else in between.
Yeah.
And the physical transformation is what she did to her body to, like, like, thinking about how dancers' legs look and what muscles to work out. That's where I think a physical transformation comes into play. It's not if she can dance or not.
Yeah.
Like, that doesn't, whatever.
So what was Sarah like, why was she upset though? Does she want credit for something? But, like, what kind of credit was supposed to be?
Well, the narrative at the time, and I remember it at the time very vividly, was people were like, Natalie Portman did this physical transformation. Her acting is so good. She deserves to win an Oscar. Yeah. Because also she became a ballerina. Like, they were pushing the narrative.
The ballerina
that
narrative.
she did. And they said that she did 80 to 85% of her own stunts.
That's what I've heard.
You
don't think she did?
So, but I also don't think that matters.
Yeah, I don't know if it matters. I mean, I'm pretty sure that I know she had a double. And I know they had to, like, CGI her face onto the double, which is, like, kind of crazy, but I mean, she's still the one that performed, though. Like, what do you do? Like, doubles don't really get that much credit, do they? I mean, stunt doubles. It's in the credits.
Yeah.
But she's not Natalie Portman. Like,
okay, but as long as she didn't dance like Julia Stiles, like, at her and Save the Last Dance at the end.
Yeah.
Like, I think she would be fine. It's not about the dancing in Black Swan that makes the performance great.
No, I agree.
It does add to it. It's an art, but
I think she's good, like, for just the amount of time she had to train. But yeah, it's more just the whole shebang.
I mean, like, obviously you want it to look well. And I love that they did have a stunt double.
Yeah.
And Sarah Lang did beautiful movements. And that elevates it to make it look like Natalie Portman's doing that.
Yes.
But, like, that's also a crazy idea that, like, stunt doubles would, like, she's essentially a stunt double, not to reduce it.
Yeah.
That would be crazy, though, if, like, every stunt double was just like, nah. I did that roundhouse kick, so, you know, Jackie Chan should not get an MTV Movie Award and, like, go on a whole, like, side campaign. Like, that's just not how it works. She was credited, so
yeah, I don't really see the problem. Maybe, I guess, the narrative maybe being pushed, like, maybe some of it was untrue, so maybe, I guess, as someone doing the work or whatever, you could be kind of upset. But at the same time, it's like, what are you gonna do? Because you're also in a movie and you're working towards common goal, which is, like, to make a good movie. And part of that is making things believable. You obviously need a stunt double.
She signed up for it.
Yeah. I mean, it'd be something else if her role was, I don't know. I really don't understand the problem.
So Reach, I think that Sarah Lang maybe would have been better if she didn't go on like Good Morning America.
Mm-hmm.
If she came out with a diss track. Like a Rebecca Black Friday, but in the style of like Nicki Minaj. Do you know that like viral moment?
Doesn't Natalie Portman like rap here and there as well? So they could like be
Lonely Island.
They could be dropping diss tracks to each other. That would have been cool.
Why not?
Yeah.
Or Dance Off.
Oh, Dance Off.
Ah, yes.
Oh.
Well, Sarah Lang would probably win.
Sarah Lang would totally win.
Yeah, but just imagine like the iPhone footage in the garage, just like all these like quiet dance moves, and just like beat that, and the video ends.
It's like Honey, like the one scene in Honey, but it's Natalie Portman and Sarah Lang.
Yes, just all sweaty.
That's the way. I think you could solve anything in like a step up style dance battle.
I think so too, and I'm still waiting for the moment to like dance battle, you know, or
well,
like
what do you say? No, I'm just kidding.
Oh.
So let's go,
you and I. We'd have to have like some real big conflict though if we had to dance battle. I feel
like I'd want to do like have a visor and do like Malibu Most Wanted, like Jamie Kennedy moves.
Nice.
Yeah.
I feel like I'd want to start with like the Running Man and then maybe get crunk.
So slip it in.
Yeah.
That was like a segue to shoot crunkin'.
Let's see what else. So did we talk about the makeup?
No, we didn't.
I feel like I love the makeup in this movie. I feel like it's so good. I mean, especially like the scene, mostly the final, the iconic look.
Mm-hmm. The morphosis into the Black Swan.
Yes. Like, I love how her eyes, like the details around her eyes are just stunning. And I love how pale she is. And how perfect. Her face looks so symmetrical, too.
Oh, Natalie Portman, just beautiful. Like, the symmetry on that gal.
Mm-hmm.
It was that same year or the year after. It's so funny how quickly something can become so iconic.
Mm-hmm.
Like, between the makeup and the costumes. Like, right out of the gate, I remember us all collectively being like, this is just a costume now that's like in the pop culture lexicon.
Mm-hmm.
It's the Black Swan.
Yes, we just adopted it.
Yeah, we were just like, yeah, this is the look. Yeah. That's when you know something is iconic too. Like when you did the thing.
Yes,
like Angela Bassett, when you do the thing,
yeah,
that's when you know it's become the Halloween costume.
I love the red eyes too. Like I don't know if that was like contacts or special effects or like both, but I love that, and I love her hands, like the details on her hands, like the kind of shimmery, like black kind of, you know, like she's turning into a birch.
I love that. I love how meticulous and just precise. I understand why when Darren Aronofsky and Amy Westcott saw the Rodarte pieces,
mm-hmm.
why they would enlist the Malevi twins to do some of the costumes, especially like the black and white swan looks for the film.
Those looks are like the most stunning and iconic, like.
And it's like those details too with the feathers, which Rodarte still is very intricate, but they, you know, have different themes. And that one, the Malevi twins are so inspired by horror
mm-hmm.
and films. I think they're directing a film now.
Yeah.
Or they're working in animation. So they're very film minded and they love horror. So they already had the ideas for the feathers and just the intricacies of all that mixed with, like, even in the fall 2010 show, the Rodarte show, their faces are so eerily pale, which is also like in Black Swan.
I love that so much. Yeah, didn't they have like their line that one year was like inspired by like a raven, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like, I don't know, all the feathers. I feel like that's a theme in like a lot of their clothing is feathers and flowers. like certain textures, like that tulle.
They love tulle.
Yeah.
They're hoes for tulle.
Yeah. There's some tulle hoes.
Yes. They love the intricacies. And I know that it's all nature based where they get their inspiration. And their dad, I believe it's their dad, who does something with mushrooms in Northern California, but both of their parents are like into like that foraging mushroom, nature,
hippy-dippy, like.
Yeah, that kind of lifestyle. And it's like they're like the dad's like a scientist of
like
mushrooms or
something
botanist to do with mushrooms specifically.
Huh, that's cool.
And a couple years ago, maybe even last year, they did a line inspired by the drawings of mushrooms that their mom did.
That's fun.
So it is like a family affair, but everything seems to go back to nature.
Mm-hmm.
And nature can be horrifying at times.
Human nature, too.
Yeah. Human, all the nature.
Yeah.
Yeah. A lot of unknowns, though, so I can get why nature can be kind of creepy.
Yeah.
But also very just intricate.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know. I love how they use different pieces. But their fall 2010 collection's the best one.
Yeah. No, it's really good. I love all the different layers and how it is like low-key balletcore. And there's different I love the different textures. Like there's kind of some shimmery, like satiny textures, but there's also like there's always a little bit of tulle or like some, I don't know what you call it, not burlap, but it's like it's not gauze either, but it's like something. Do you know what I'm talking about? Like it's like a wrap. Like I don't know.
Oh,
like there's
like
this
gauze.
Yeah, I don't know what it's called.
Yeah, they're just taking all the elements.
All the elements.
They're like clothes foragers.
Yes. They went out into the forest and just
foraged some things.
Yeah.
It's just beautiful. It's couture. Truly.
Yes.
I also love how Rodarte got put on the map by Black Swan.
Mm-hmm.
And they were like friends with Natalie Portman and Darren Aronofsky.
Yes.
Noticed them, and it was just like this coalescence of like, hey, I know you. Hey, I know you. So it's very serendipitous, but I love how Rodarte now is like known for Black Swan and basically styling or doing a lot of work with Kiki Dunst, which, you know, two of my favorite things, Black Swan and Kirsten Dunst.
Oh my God. I was going to say, who's Kiki? Is that her younger sister?
That's what Kiki Dunst. We're on a nickname basis.
I love that. Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think in my mind, that 2010 collection's like drilled in, like when I think of them.
Definitely. And I mean, for sure, the outfits in Black Swan, like the designs in Black Swan, are so cool. The layers in the tutus. Yeah. And it's a cool exercise too, because they were told by Aronofsky to reimagine the costumes of Swan Lake.
Mm-hmm.
And they definitely reimagined it. Like they played within their sandbox, but they made it Rodarte and they made it like into an iconic. And they're like, you know, they doubled down on being meticulous and like the different elements and the tutus and the little like crystals that they work with. They're like the hard gem pieces.
Yes. I love those details. Like I feel like like some people will say like those costumes are just kind of like, they're just ballet costumes, but like there's so much more, especially if you look closer, like
every little thing.
Yeah.
To talk about last week, it's not an Amy Adams 2009 Oscars dress. Like this is just intricate and couture and
yes,
just beautiful.
It's made for the theater.
Yes. I think that's why I like it. It's someone that used to be on the stage. I gravitate towards costume.
Yes,
costumes.
Costumes.
Yeah. Anything else?
Well, the final scene. What are your thoughts on the final scene? Because I feel like it's one of my favorites of the whole film. And just like her, you know, she's like the black swan and she's so beautiful. And then she transforms back into the white swan. And You know, she's perfect.
That final scene is one of my favorites in cinema.
Mm-hmm.
I love that it's like the scene we're all waiting for.
Yeah.
Like it's all culminating into this moment.
Yeah.
This moment for Nina. And I know it's like, it's kind of creepy, kind of saying a lot about culture, like in the ballet, but also in a lot of industries, her relationship with Vincent Cassel's character, Thomas,
yep,
the director. But I do love their relationship in a weird way because he does push her to actually think about these things a little more and to be confronted and to stand up for herself, like be emboldened and not just a little girl.
Yeah.
So I love the full circle moment at the end, like literally full circle, because it does feel like the way it's shot and directed, like she's, you know, runs on stage, performs, she gets that high from being on stage, runs off to do a costume change, come back. Like you can feel that momentum up, and especially when she kisses Thomas and she's like, in that, I did the thing. You know,
yeah,
like
she did the thing.
She can be like the black swan and express herself in that way. And yeah, it's just a race until her demise or death in a way. I think that Nina did all that she could do before it killed herself. Like she killed herself.
Yeah.
And then at the end, she's finally like, I was perfect.
Yeah.
Sorry.
No, it's okay. I was just thinking, and I'm like, oh, that's kind of depressing. I feel like she's almost like free at the end, but it's also kind of sad because I'm like, I don't know. There's a part of me that I'm like, oh, is she really dead? Like, I don't know. But then I feel like it's kind of like saying something like maybe, I don't know. I feel like it's like maybe don't strive so hard for perfectionism. It's like my takeaway a bit, but at the same time, I feel like there's a lot going on with her. And I know it's like a thriller, so.
Yeah.
But.
Or you could interpret it as like you can give all that you can give.
Yeah.
To the art. But ultimately, it will kill you.
It will kill you. Yeah. Is it worth it? Yeah.
But it is worth it because she is perfect. She did the thing.
No, like, Nikki, it's not. That's not.
Different strokes takeaways for different folks. Like now, I would rather be Lily because Lily has lucky girl syndrome.
Oh yeah, she definitely does. Lily,
she
didn't die. She didn't get murdered.
No, and she just like walks in. She just stumbles through life like she loves ballet, but it doesn't rule her, and she can still live a life.
She's the alternate. Like, I don't want to say she didn't really try, but you know.
But I can totally relate to Nina though, thinking that Lily's going to take her place.
Yeah.
Or she has something that Nina doesn't have, and being like, oh, that bitch just can walk in here, and I've worked so hard. Like, I've dedicated my life to this.
Yeah.
Like, I can very much relate to that.
Yeah.
Which is why I'm a great candidate for Balletcore. I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I love it.
Sponsored by BetterHelp.
I know. I feel like this movie is like so many twists and turns. It is kind of dark, but I love it. I love the light and dark of it all. I feel like it's mostly dark, but I love the way it's filmed. I love the final scene. I love how they do that weird zoom thing, you know, where it's like in slow motion, like her falls in slow motion and it fades to white. I don't know.
I do love that the movie starts out with the credits, or not the credits, but like the title sequence. The title card's black.
Yeah.
And then at the end, it's all white.
I like that too. Yeah. Everything's like a mirror.
It's like, for me, this is the Great Gatsby of movies.
Yeah.
Where this is the movie that really got my mind thinking and analyzing film in a deeper way.
Yeah.
And I think it's a very easy one too, because you're dealing with black and white and
Right.
elements of red, so you can do color theory and, you know, focusing on the shots. And it is like this is definitely taught in film classes now, for sure.
I'm sure.
It's just like textbok.
Yeah, but it's so good. Like, it's such a good example, I feel. So
Yes. 100%.
yeah. I'm trying to think what else. I love too, like, how Lily, towards the end, her outfit starts getting like elements of white. Like, she gets like, I think they're like white lines on the outside of her
Yes.
like fit, because she starts out in like all black. So that's kind of interesting to me. I don't know. Just the whole color theory of it all.
Yes. Yes. It's very interesting.
It's just so good. I feel like I just watched the movie again in my mind.
I know.
It's like one that, like, I feel like just sticks with you. Like, I think I'll always love this movie.
I think I will too. And I love the resurgence of Black Swan. And hopefully it's not just to glamorize an eating disorder and a mentee bee.
Oh yeah, hopefully
Like,
not.
I think that this film's so cool, and I love ballet costumes, and I love film analysis. So like, this is just like,
I know. I was like
the
thinking to
perfect
myself, I was like, I don't want to get too analytical, but it's so hard not to, because there's so many moving parts. But it's also, I don't know. It's so good, and it just makes me think. It's like probably too hard. I shouldn't be thinking this hard about ballet.
no, I like it. I think you should think the hardest about ballet.
I'm just like, yeah. But yeah, I definitely want to get a pair of leg warmers, maybe throw on a pair of tights and live my Nina dreams. Maybe I'm taking away the wrong message. I'm like,
Yeah.
I want to start taking ballet classes.
You know what I will do instead of participating in Balletcore? I will throw on my funkiest scarf.
Yeah.
My chunkiest, funkiest scarf. I will put on a newsboy.
There we go.
We'll paint on a mustache.
Yes.
And I will be into Darren Aronofsky core from now on.
Nice.
And
You could
let's
start
make some
directing.
movies.
Yeah, exactly.
Let's make some movies, guys.
Let's do it.
Yeah. But till next week.
Thank you guys for watching, for listening.
Rate, review, and subscribe.
Yeah. We'll see you next week.
Bye.
Bye.